Alright, now, AFC North came down to Pittsburgh and Baltimore for the division title a year ago. Cleveland beat a couple good teams while Cincinnati was in a freefall. In the end, the Steelers won the division title and was the Super Bowl runner-up. They were ranked 14th in total offense and the second best defense in the National Football League last year. Not a lot of weakness from them, kept most of the players from a year ago, and will improve their pass defense. 12-4 is my final prediction for the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2011 season. Baltimore Ravens went 12-4 last year, same record as Pittsburgh Steelers. Beat down the Kansas City Chiefs in the first round of the AFC playoffs before losing to their division rival Pittsburgh Steelers in the second round. Defense was ranked 10th while the offense was ranked 22nd. The pros are their defense, as always, and they have some talented offensive weapons. Not to mention Joe Flacco is a good quarterback. The cons are they played to win the game in the first 3 quarters, but they played not to lose in the fourth quarter. Veteran players are getting old, and they want to see the team win the Super Bowl now, such as Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, and probably a couple more veteran players on that squad. And they have to improve their pass defense. They were ranked 21st. Asking Joe Flacco to do a lot, let alone carry the load, would be too much for him. Check the schedule. Brutal, 10-6 is my final prediction for the Baltimore Ravens. The Cleveland Browns went 5-11, finished 3rd in that division. The pros are they beat a couple of good teams, such as New England Patriots and New Orleans Saints. The special teams, Josh McCribbs. The running game with Peyton Hillis and Colt McCoy as their quarterback. He will get better as the time goes on. The cons are the lack of playmakers at the wide receiver position. I don't think they addressed it at all. Neither in the NFL 2011 draft nor the free agent once the lockout ended. And their 29th ranked offense. Whew, they got to improve that. That is horrible. Check their schedule. Well, let's see. They got to face the Steelers twice, the Ravens twice, the Bengals twice. Well, I will say 6-10 is the final prediction for the Cleveland Browns. Cincinnati Bengals went from a playoff team a couple years ago to last year went 4-12 and finished dead last in the AFC North. The defense was ranked 15th, and they did pretty good. You got to give Marvin Lewis, the head coach for the Cincinnati Bengals, a lot of credit for their defense, how they've been playing for the past couple of years. You got to give them props for it. And T.O., which is Terrell Owens, he did very well, despite the offense struggling. Speaking of offense, they were ranked 20th last year, and they took a step back. Why? They threw the ball 90% of the time. 2 years ago, when they made the playoffs, they ran the ball first and threw the ball second. And Cedric Benson was playing pretty good. Last year, they threw the ball 90% of the time, ran the ball 10%, and Cedric Benson was basically, he wasn't in the action. And now with the Cincinnati Bengals, you got a lot of problems. You got Carson Palmer situation, which I don't blame him. Who wants to play for the Cincinnati Bengals at this point? Mike Brown as the owner for that franchise, he is cheap. As long as he continues to be an owner for that franchise, the Cincinnati Bengals will never win the Super Bowl, period. And that's something that the Bengals fans are going to have to get used to. As a matter of fact, they've been used to all that crap. 2 winning seasons in 20 years under his watch. Are you serious, Mike Brown? Just let Carson Palmer go. That's all I'm saying. But then again, it's Carson Palmer's fault for signing that long-term contract. So, whatever. 4-12. Final prediction. NFC North. Green Bay Packers. They went 10-6, finished second place in the NFC North division behind the Chicago Bears, grabbed the last playoff spot in the wild card, won 3 straight road games before winning it all at Super Bowl 45 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Their total offense was ranked 9th and their defense was ranked 5th. The pros, almost everything on both sides of the ball. And that's a good thing. That's a great thing. The cons were the injuries, especially 16 players on IR in the Super Bowl, and they still won, which is incredible. Offensive line got Aaron Rodgers smacked around a bit. They just watch him get smacked around a bit at times. Aaron Rodgers will play pretty good in the first half, but will struggle in the second half, and I think he will improve. I think he'll be a great quarterback in 2011. If the injury bug doesn't hit the Green Bay Packers, they can win 12, 13, 14 games, in my opinion. I'm not ready to take that leap. I'll go with 11-5 as my final prediction and take the NFC North crown. Chicago Bears went 11-5, won the division title, but lost in the NFC title game to the Green Bay Packers. The defense was ranked, was it 5th or 9th? Yeah, 9th, my bad. They were ranked 9th, and their total offense was ranked 30th. The pros, well, defense and special teams, what more can you say? The cons, well, the offensive line was a huge problem. They gave up 56 sacks. That's just not good. The lack of quality wide receiver position, let alone playmakers, and Jay Cutler. I mean, in the preseason, the Buffalo Bills sacked the Bears quarterback like what, 9 times? The offensive line is going to be the highlight of 2011. If they don't find a way to protect Jay Cutler, he is going to get killed. He's going to end up having a concussion. Check their schedule. It's kind of brutal. 9-7. I don't see them winning that division unless Green Bay gets bitten by injuries. Detroit Lions. Everybody loves the Detroit Lions, right? They're not the bad news Lions no more, right? Those days are over. They finished 6-10, tied for last. Their offense was ranked 17th, and their defense was ranked 21st. The pros, Ndamukong Suh, Calvin Johnson, total improvement on the team last year. They were playing pretty well. The cons, the secondary still stink. Let alone they're still a question mark. The running game is weak, and Matthew Stafford is the biggest question mark. If Matthew Stafford stays healthy, they can win 8, 9, hell, 10 games. I go that far. I'm not ready to take that leap either. He will stay healthy most of the year. 8-8 is my final prediction for the Detroit Lions. Minnesota Vikings. 6-10 last year, they finished. Total offense, 23rd. Defense, 8th. Pros, defense, running game on offense. Adrian Peterson still doing his thing. Cons, the quarterback position was just a mess. The team as a whole just was a major disappointment because they made the NFC Championship game a couple of years ago. That year when Brett Favre threw 39 touchdowns versus 7 interceptions, and their passing game was ranked 26. And a lot of people were questioning, Minnesota Vikings drafting Christian Ponder out of Florida State because He's an injury prone. He's this. He's that. So we'll see. But they went and got Donovan McNabb out of Washington. Based on the preseason, wow. I don't know about Donovan McNabb. I think it's time for him to hang it up. But we shall see. I don't want to do this. I really like Donovan McNabb as a quarterback a lot, but this team is going nowhere. 5-11. Final prediction. Get ready for AFC, NFC East.